Hey there. Thank you so much for coming on to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah, and you can find and interact with me on Instagram as @carnivore.yogi. So thank you so much for coming on to this channel. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when I release new videos. So today, this video is coming out of the direct messages that I get on Instagram, as well as a lot of the comments that I'm getting here on YouTube. And it is a question that gets asked 1,000 different ways, 1,000 different times. So that's why I'm making a video on it. And that question is, what can I eat on the carnivore diet? Now, mostly when I'm getting asked these questions, I get asked, can I have XYZ food? Can I have sardines in oil? Can I have black pepper? Can I have seasonings? Can I have coffee? Can I have processed meats, deli meats? Can I have dairy? Can I have eggs? You guys get the point, right? So I get these messages all day. So I basically decided to make this video to hopefully answer those questions. So as with everything that I do on this channel, this is really just me telling you guys my experience. I'm not a doctor giving you any kind of medical advice. So take from it what you will. I have just been hanging around for the last year or so. I've done a lot of videos about my experience on carnivore, the things that I have healed and recovered from. I just did a 1-year update, as well as just updated you guys with all of my blood work to let you know that I am completely healthy and thriving doing this way of eating. But I'm not saying it's what you should do for you. I'm just offering a perspective. I've also talked with thousands of other people doing this diet, and I'm starting to share a lot of their experiences in the interview section of this channel. So let's break this down a little bit. I'm going to break this down to you in 3 goals that you may have coming to this diet. So what you're going to eat is going to really depend on those goals that you have for yourself. So goal number 1 is going to be weight loss. It is the most common thing I come across. Goal number 2 is going to be autoimmune issues, which is a big umbrella. There are a lot of caveats there. Goal number 3 is going to be gaining weight, which is not something I get often, but I do get the question. So I'm going to address all 3 of those things and talk to you about why you may want to eliminate or add certain things to optimize the carnivore diet for yourself. So let's jump into weight loss first. So if you don't have any autoimmune issues that you are looking to heal and you're just coming to this for weight loss, I'm definitely going to say stay away from dairy, cheese, milk, cream, those things, because we give young animals and young babies milk to help them grow. It has chemicals in it that will help you to grow. So if you want to lose weight, I'm definitely going to say stay away from dairy. Now, eggs is kind of one of those like gray area things. Some people do great with eggs. Personally, when I had eggs in my diet, I felt that I didn't quite know my hunger signals as well. So I am somebody, and I just did a video about losing weight on carnivore. I lost 15 pounds initially when I first started carnivore a little over a year ago. It just kind of fell off my body. But then I was stuck for a while, and there are a multitude of issues why my weight could have been stuck, hormonal, healing, all types of things. But I tried everything. I tried fasting. I tried, except for taking out eggs. So I did take out eggs all of November and December, and I just ate meat. I ate a variety of meats. So I did eat bacon. I had some chicken. It was mostly red meat. I had some organ meats, but I just really went to meat. And after 2 months of doing that, the last 15 pounds just kind of fell off. And I felt like it was pretty effortless. So now that I have added eggs back in, and this is the way I add things back in, which I recommend, is you try it one day, you wait, 3 days, 4 days, see if you have a reaction within that time period, try it again. Same thing, repeat. So with me with eggs, I've been able to add them back in, have not had any negative reactions to them. However, I feel like with my satiety signals, I eat just as much meat when I have the eggs as I do when I don't have the eggs. So what I'm doing with eggs now is if I just have a craving for eggs and I really want some, I'll have some, but I don't have them on a daily basis. If you go back on my Instagram profile and look, I was having a lot of eggs last year, sometimes 6 per day. And I really enjoyed eggs, and I was eating them with almost every meal. However, now I'm pretty much not really eating them because I do feel like I'm more hungry with eggs in my diet. So that might be something to look at. if you're trying to lose weight. Now, if you're just trying to do this to lose weight, you can probably get away with a little bit more of those gray area things like pepper. Now, pepper for me is a big no-no. Seasoning, spices, you do want to stay away from stuff that has any kind of sugar in it. But I think that if you're just purely doing this from a weight loss stance, that you could probably get away with some spices. It's something you want to try out. And think of it as an up level. So maybe try to do 30 days without the spices and see how you feel. See how that works for you. Same thing with coffee, tea, you know, just think of it as an up level. The other thing with weight loss is alcohol. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm going to say just don't mess with the alcohol. It's going to stop your body from going into fat burning mode as well as healing mode. The second thing I am going to talk about as far as goals go are autoimmune issues. So this is a big umbrella, and some of you guys are probably going to want to work with a doctor, nutritionist, somebody who is really qualified to help you. Some autoimmune issues get worse before they get better because of detox, oxalate dumping. There are a multitude of things that can happen when you try to do this for a healing modality. So I do recommend that you work with someone to coach you through this. But if you're doing this for autoimmune, I'm definitely going to say again to stay away from the dairy. Now, raw dairy is one of those things some people say that it's amazing, has helped with gut issues, eczema, all kinds of stuff. For me, that was not the case. I did try to have some raw dairy even after I did the video of why I was done with dairy forever. I let you guys in the comments get to me. And I was like, okay, everyone's saying raw dairy is so great, so I'm going to try some. Got some raw dairy from a local farm here. It had to be labeled as for pets because raw dairy is illegal, but I did try some. Immediately had joint pain and inflammation. Immediately. Now, that's how those symptoms show up for me. Some people, they show up as bloating and inflammation and GI distress. For me, the joint pain is what happens right away. That's my inflammatory reaction. It happened right away with the raw dairy. So sorry for the little tangent there, but if you're doing this for autoimmune, I am going to definitely say stay away from the dairy. Now, the eggs can be a gray area. Some people have an allergy to eggs or sensitivity. They don't know it. The only way to know it is to take them completely out. Now, my daughter is somebody that if she has eggs, she'll get hives on her body immediately. You may not have that reaction. So it is one of those things with autoimmune issues that you may not want to have eggs because the whites of the eggs in particular can be very, very allergenic and can cause reactions. So I'm going to say autoimmune, stay away from there. The other thing with autoimmune, I would not do peppers. I would not do spices. A lot of those things can cause inflammatory reactions. They're very much like plant foods. So the great thing about the carnivore diet and this way of eating is that you're eliminating plant foods. You're eliminating a lot of those chemicals in the foods that are what we call anti-nutrients, which can cause your body to have inflammatory reactions. Now, for me, when I took out all the plants, I stopped being bloated. I stopped having the joint pain. I stopped having all kinds of problems, and it was a lot of the anti-nutrients from plants. So spices are really going to do the same thing. Coffee, another gray area, which is another hot topic, can mess with your adrenals, your hormonal system. So that's something to take into account. I do know lots of long-term carnivores who have taken coffee out of their diet for years at a time and added it back in and seen no adverse effects. But again, mindset here. Let's think about it. What are you trying to do? Look at that goal. I want to heal this. I want to lose this weight. So visualize that in your mind on a daily basis. Think of what it is you're trying to achieve. And then you're not going to feel so restricted. You're just going to feel like, okay, I'm just going to try this. And it only has to be for 30 days, 60 days. I do recommend at least 30 days to see results. But just try it for a little bit. And again, see it as an up level. Stop thinking of all of the things that you can't have and just say, I'm going to have these foods. Focus your energy instead of what you can't have on healing, on getting better, on visualizing yourself in that body that is healed and at your optimum weight. So start spending more of your energy there versus that lack mindset of like, I can't have this food, I can't have that food. So those are things to take into consideration. Again, with autoimmune, I'm definitely going to say probably stay away from alcohol, especially beer, wine, the high sugars. But that's with your autoimmune issues. Again, you may want to work with someone to help coach you through this. You might have some oxalate dumping, some detox symptoms where your autoimmune condition could get worse before it gets better. That's just what I have seen. Weight gain. Now, And not many people want to gain weight, but there are those out there. So if you are someone who wants to gain weight, I will say go towards dairy. Have a little bit more dairy, especially I recommend raw over pasteurized if you have access to it. That will help you put on weight. So, you can do this way of eating for several different reasons, for several different goals. You can just do it to just try it, and you may be able to get away with things like the spices, the coffee, the alcohol, just depending on your goals. So really have that in mind before you go into this, before you make that decision. Really have your why up there solidified and continue to visualize that for yourself every day. That is a big part of my journey. I visualize myself not having ovarian cysts, not having eczema, not having bloating, having that ideal body weight. And I still do that on a daily basis. It's what keeps me going so that I don't fall into the deprivation mindset where I feel like I'm missing out on things, because I really don't feel like I'm missing out on anything at all. I feel very healthy. I feel very good. So I hope this was helpful. I'm sure there are things that I missed. Please comment below if there are more questions that you have. I do try to read the comments, unless it's a nasty trolly comment and that gets deleted and blocked. But I do try to answer comments on this channel. Subscribe, share. If you're on Instagram, take a screenshot of this video, tag me, share it, and I will make sure to give you a shout out. But thanks again for tuning in. Have a really amazing rest of your day.